guys, Mike here. Today we are going to go over one of my favorite stocks that I truly enjoy trading, and I have made a lot of money trading this company, and this is one of my favorite stocks, favorite companies of all time trading. We have traded this pretty much at the bottom and sold it at the top, and we'll go over all that in this video as to why I really believe in the value of this company, and I think it is a great buying opportunity coming up to buy this company, trade it, even hold it for long term, because this is a fantastic company. This company, of course, is none other than Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND. Buy your next stock, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, guys, let's not waste any time. Make sure you always destroy that like button. Hit subscribe. It really helps out my channel. We are going to go over the charts on this stock, the fundamentals of this company, and why I think this company is a great buying opportunity right now. And we're also going to go over some financials and some earnings they just recently had, because they did horrible. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this company at all. The terrible earnings they had was horrible, but guess what? This company is coming and it is going to be growing very strong, especially with all the companies they have signed agreements with, especially with the restaurants and economy opening up again. There's a lot to go over. Anyways, check out my Patreon page. Come trade with us if you want to be a successful trader, guys. We are making some good moves. Come and trade with us. With that said, guys, let's begin. Yeah. Guys, let's go over Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND. And as you guys can see from the charts, this stock had a massive drop ever since they did earnings. It just did horrible. It's been getting crumbled and crushed really hard. It's like someone just took you and crushed every single bone in your body with this company, because it just been going down hard. Like ever since I sold it here, like the last video we did was we were buying it around $116, $118, and then I was able to sell it around $218, and ever since then this company has just been dying. It is keep going down. I have not touched it since. I do not own a single share right now. I am just being very upfront with you, but I am getting ready to start adding some shares, right? It's just been crushed heavily, right? Look at where it's been. The last time it hit around the $98 was like around, let's see, earliest time was April last year, right by the March crash, right? You're like, it's almost like the 50% regain from March crash, and I think it is now getting into a very enticing value, right? It's just becoming very enticing, right? Restaurants are finally opening up. Mask mandate is pretty much removed if you got your vaccine and you have at least, it's been 2 weeks since your last dose, and a lot of restaurants are starting to pick up. A lot of huge companies are buying Beyond Meat products, especially McDonald's announced that they're going to do it. Yum brands, they said they're going to get from Beyond Meat. And of course, we have a bunch of other companies that are going to be adding Beyond Meat, right? Costco is one of the biggest wholesalers of Beyond Meat. And I think this company has a lot of room to grow, right? And I think it is getting very nice position to start buying. Like if this goes under $100 again, I am going to be buying. I'm going to be a buyer, right? If this even goes below 100, I'm going to be a buyer. I'm going to add a lot of shares, because every time it just goes below 100, it just seems to like to pick up, right? And the chart has been crushed heavily, right? It's been under 30 RSI for quite a while time. And usually when stocks do that, they do have a comeback ever since. It has to fill the gap here. And we are getting a good bullish signal here, right? Like if we just keep looking at the MACD and the histogram, we are getting some nice bullish converges coming up. MACD is about to cross over. TSI is about to cross over. Once this happens, this is a nice bullish sign, right? What I'm really looking for, especially when stocks are heavily crushed like this is something you can call a broken family, right? It used to trade very nicely around the 120s and 130s, but it broke away from its family, right? This is what I like to call a broken family, right? It just separated from its family and now it's doing its own thing again. So what I'm really looking for is honestly at the 5 and the 20-day moving average. What I want to see is the 5 and the 20-day crossover. That gives you a huge bullish signal that this stock is about to rocket again, right? Look what happened last time. I started buying around the 116, and I was adding early, right? But then we got this huge crossover between the 5 and the 20. Boom, right around 130. It just became super bullish, right? Super bullish, and it took off a few days right after, and then it exploded because it had another huge great news. This is what you call a double top. When you get a double top, you can expect some crazy moves coming up after that. This just had a massive move after that because of some crazy news they had with merger with like the Pepsi and stuff. It just exploded, and I was like, okay, this is way too high, and I just sold and got out. And that's what we want. We want the red line is your 20-day moving average, and the blue line is your 5-day moving average, right? What we want is to buy at least below before it explodes above the 5 and the 20, because once that happens, this stock is just going to take off, right? You won't have the chance to add, all right? It will be just way too high to start adding, all right? You'll be too late. That's the thing. So I want to give this a few more days. I'm not going to say buy right away, but I think this is a pretty good opportunity right here. It is holding pretty nicely, the 5-day average here. It is holding it nicely. I think it still has a little bit room to go down, but I'm getting pretty bullish right here as a buyer, right? I want to add these dips, right? I think it's just way too low, all right? It is just a great buying opportunity, especially, excuse me, with histogram starting to convert and MACD starting to cross over, and the RSI. Oh my gosh, man, come on. Look how dirt it is, right? It is below the 30 RSI. This is just begging people to buy, all right? It is begging me to buy, all right? That's when you're supposed to be very greedy, below 30 RSI. And I had to sell this because above 70 RSI, you have to be really scared, right? This is when you have to be scared out of your mind holding the stock right here, right? You need to be scared, all right? This is when you need to be scared. This is when you need to be extremely greedy and add, all right? So I told you guys to add Twitter, and guess what happened? This was where I was telling people to buy, all right? I was being extremely greedy here, and I was adding a lot of shares here. And finally, Twitter broke the freaking 30 RSI, and it's starting to become pretty bullish, right? It actually became bullish today. MACD just crossed over, TSI crossed over, and histogram is right about to switch to bullish, right? It is just right there. So if you guys still want to get in Twitter, I think you have a perfect momentum to seize the opportunity still. It hit 55 yesterday on Tuesday. It did have a pullback because the whole market pretty much had a pullback today, all right? If we check out, the whole market had a pullback, all right? Look at Beyond Meat, all right? It's been trading very severely down just this whole freaking week. It's just going down to 106, right back to 101, back to 106, back to 101, 102. It is just doing and performing wonderfully, right? And of course, if we check it out at tip ranks, they think it's worth $120. To me, honestly, if I was getting into this trade, I would also start selling, like I said, around the 120s, right? I think right now the market is on a very bearish signal, and holding things too long is just not a good idea unless you are a long-term investor. To me, this is a perfect trade, not a long-term stock I want to hold right now, because I expect it to go up and then come right back down, and then go up and come back right down. Why? Because the market is just very, it doesn't have enough volume. Market does not have enough volume, all right? Look at the SPY, all right? The volume just keeps getting shut down, all right? Why? Because only dividend companies really are going up. The long-term tech stocks are not going up. Look at your Microsoft, right? They just keep going down. Look at Apple. It is just keep going down. Then we got your Amazon. It is just going down. Why? Because that's what's happening. Like, look at AMD, another S&P 500 company. Intel, all these tech stocks are going down. Only strong dividend companies are going up, like 3M. If we check out 3M, 3M is still doing pretty well. Excuse me, not that one, of course. This is 3M. Look at that. 3M still performing wonderfully. If we check out, let's go to Coke. Coke still doing okay. It isn't dying. It is doing pretty well. It's just growing still. Pepsi, same, is just doing pretty well. McDonald's just holding up. Look at that. But well, if we check out any tech stock, it is just getting hammered, right? So that's what you got to expect, right? You got to buy these crazy dips. Even airlines are getting pretty much crushed, right? Like when we check out Save, they're just going crossways, right? We got Carnival Cruise moving crossways, right? So a lot of these companies want to move up again, right? But they can't because there's not enough volume, right? Carnival Cruise became bullish on here and it crossed over. It was a great opportunity to buy. I actually have some at 25-ish, so I'm holding for the long term. I think this company has definitely a chance to go back to the 30s, 40s, even 50s again over time, especially with cruise ships starting to be sailing again around the July, or unless they stop it and push it to September, right? But right now, I think Beyond Me is just begging people to buy it here and saying, I am below 30 RSI. I'm begging you, buy me, buy this crazy massive dip. You won't get another chance until a long time later comes, right? So it's telling you to buy here, sell it around 120. It is a decent profit. You might at least make a 18% profit is what it's saying. I think that's pretty good opportunity here. If you want, you can join me. If you don't, that's too bad. That's up to you. Make sure you are assessing your own risk. Thanks again for watching my video. As always, make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so YouTube could alert you when my next video comes out. Also, guys, feel free to add me on Instagram. I pretty much post there daily. I post some buys and sales there, but honestly, most of that is going to be done on the Patreon page, so check the link in the description box below. Come join us, come trade with us, come make some good moves in this market with us. But also, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what other companies you'd like me to do a video on, or if you have a question on a specific stock, leave a comment below in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to help you out as much as I can. Also, do not miss out on the promotion right now going on with WeBull, where they're giving 4 free stocks, 2 just for signing up to use their platform, and 2 more when you make a deposit of $100 or more. WeBull will give you 4 free total stocks, and 2 of those will be valued from $8 all the way up to $1,850. Think about that for a second. Also, if you want another free stock, of course, FirstTrade gives out pretty good stocks. Check that one out. And finally, we have none other than Robinhood. You can find all those links to these in the description box below. Thanks again for watching my video, and until next time, make money with Mike.